Hello, welcome to Unit 9 Assignment B discussion. Which means you're going to need to do a little bit of research and then do a PowerPoint presentation with approximately 6 slides and one reference slide to um, to give the results of your short research. Now the research isn't that long, but it may take a little bit of time to find. If you go into the textbook, you can find it in chapter 27. If you scroll over, you can find the research problem number 4 in the research problem area. Let me go ahead and I copied the research problem here, and this is coming from the course, and then this is the problem itself. In your state, what is the designation of the court that handles the administration of an estate? And what are the statutory guidelines on fees that an executor is allowed to do for probating an estate? Put these in a short PowerPoint presentation. As it says in the course, you will need to have a maximum of 6 slides with one reference slide, and you will need to add the notes section to your slides. That's very important. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's look at how it's going to be graded, looking at the grading rubric. 75 points. First thing, you need to have a title page, your name, the course, assignment, that kind of information minimally, to make sure everything's identified. Then in the introduction, what is the purpose of this presentation? Why are you doing this slide? You're preparing the people that you're presenting this to. I know that there's nobody in this case, but if you were presenting it, for what you're about to discuss with them. So you need at least one slide for that. And then you need to discuss each of the following based on the research question. In your state, identify the court. By the way, you don't need to use your state. If you can choose a state of your choice. If you're interested in moving, or you just have an interest in another state for some reason, that's fine. You don't have to do the state you live in if you'd prefer to do another state. But the slide itself is short, right? I mean, all slides are very short themselves, and that's worth 10 points. But the majority of the points for answering this question, you can have more than one slide if you need it, but you need to have at least one to answer this question. But the majority of the points are going to come from the detailed notes, right? So if this is 15 points, so let's look. If we open up a PowerPoint presentation, this is the slide that you're displaying to the audience, and then down here are your notes. Okay, this is where you're not going to be able to present this to me or just to anybody really. So this would be where you would explain this. If you were giving this presentation, you show this on the screen, and then this would be what you would tell them, your audience, to explain all the things going on with this slide. This is where you need to put the details and be specific, right? This is very important, because if you don't have this, you're going to miss out on at least 15 points for this area right here. So provide the slide and then how you would explain it if you were giving the presentation. At least one slide. You can use more than one. The maximum is 6 slides, not including the reference slide. You also have to have another slide or multiple, or a couple of slides, depending on how you do it, to explain the fees. One slide. So just for doing the slide, you get 10 points. The detailed notes on the slide or slides is 15 points. So if you're missing that, you're not going to get the points. You need to have a slide with reference of the source of your information, wherever you found it. References are not web addresses. They have to be properly sourced. If you don't know how to properly source it, I can provide that. I might have already done that, but either way, if you need a place to find how to deal with APA format, and you can't find it in the course, I can always let you know where to find that. Make sure you do this correctly, because that's worth 5 points. If you don't include your references, you get 0. Actually, if you don't include references, you could potentially be doing plagiarism, depending on what you're doing. Use of proper spelling and grammar, 5 points there. So this should add up to 75 points. 15, 25, 35, 40, 50, 65, 75. There you go. So there's your 75 points. And if you, I don't want to see any copy or pasting from something. So if you find information, I don't want you copying and pasting it, or quoting really. I don't want any copy, paste, or quotes, because I want you to explain this in your own words. I want this to be something that you're explaining to me, and not something that you found and you're just copying it and putting it on a slide. If you do that, I'm going to subtract points for this, depending on how much you do it. The more you do it, the more points you'll lose on that. So that's really easy. Just find the information and just put it in your own words. That's the bottom line. I think that should pretty much cover this. You know, it might take a little time to find this, more so than you think. So give yourself plenty of time for the research. Making the slides may take a little less time. Once you find this information, it may go pretty quickly. But don't underestimate how long a time it takes to find it. Good luck with that, and have a nice week or day.